We say what they can't radio.
This episode is sponsored by Gas Boys 93 Gumbo.
You already know what it is. We back in the building. Of course, it's Streets Want to Know. The podcast for the streets, the podcast for the entertainment, entrepreneur, etc., etc. We are in the building. Today, of course, we got a nice live guest. Of course, we're going to get into some things. But to the right of me, the light of me is Penelope. Hey, Miss P, how you doing?
Happy
how
Sunday,
you doing?
everybody. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Penelope is, of course, in the building. Today, me and Penelope are definitely rocking the show. It's happy birthday for the left of me to the best of me, my cousin Johan. He out celebrating, so we let him do his thing. Han, happy birthday. I love you, cuzzo. You definitely deserve it. Wish you many more. Salute your another lap around the sun. That's what we like to call it. But today, I got a special guest in the building, which is definitely my guy. You know what I'm saying? If you do your history, he goes far as back as definitely the Wu-Tang era. He's been on a lot of albums most people don't know about. And I mean albums that made stores, retail, sign-ins. I don't think he missed the days of the sign-ins, but yeah, we going back that far. So, you know, I like to keep some definitely legendary guests in the building. My boy, Fatty Baby Fresh, a.k.a. Trigonometry. What's up, bro?
What's happening?
What's going on with you?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Yo, listen, man. First of all, I want to give you definitely a salute because I kind of seen a lot of the things you was doing as far as the work you was putting in. Even with the whole T Mello stuff, we're gonna get into all of that.
Right.
But definitely give people just a nice little background about who you are and where you come from.
Originally, Trig, yeah, you right, trigonometry, Coney Island gangster, you know, originally from
Absolutely.
Coney Island.
Right.
You know what I mean? Repping the Protect Your Neck brand all the day. Wu-Tang, you know.
Wu-Tang.
Wu Syndicate, you
Wu
know.
Syndicate.
Mylansky, Joe Mafia, you know. MMO, you know. Deadly Venoms, you know. Yeah, it's a whole history there. And that's basically what it is, you know. In a nutshell, Coney Island gangsters, you know, Coney Island representing.
Absolutely.
Coney Island is just doing their thing, you know.
Absolutely.
Nims and Chambers and
shout out to Nims, shout out to D Chambers.
All that.
Definitely shout out to D Chambers because you know that debate is always there. That debate is always there. Chambers was he also lived down Red Hook. He spent a little time at Red Hook. Chambers, we know each other very well. Shout out to D Chambers. Okay. But definitely as far as Coney Island, I know you definitely got that history.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. You know, I'm definitely from out that way, that part of Brooklyn. Yes, that's Brooklyn too.
Yeah, that's definitely Brooklyn. By the way, it's toward the end, but when you get to Coney Island, you know you still in Brooklyn.
You know they forget until we remind them.
Right.
Yeah, we from Brooklyn too.
Absolutely. So basically, what was your introduction as far as before you even got into the Wu? What was your introduction as far as to getting into the music business? What age did Trig Fatty Baby say I want to do this? Take it serious.
Shit, man. I was about, I might have been like 13. I was fucking with I was 13 at the time, and I was living in Coney Island, but I used to be in Harlem a lot because that's where a lot of my family from Harlem. Right?
Okay, shout out to Harlem World.
And I was actually fucking with Teddy Riley and Rex and Effect and them niggas back in the day, and that, you know, that was a whole big situation.
See, that's why I said it was very important to get you up here at this time because I know you're going on the road. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into the tour and all that. But people don't know how far back with music you go.
Yeah.
So you was a part of that rum shaker.
I was out. I was out.
How was that experience?
That was, you know,
especially
that was
for
dope.
You coming up.
You know, that was dope.
Right.
I was a kid watching them, and they was, you know, they was fly Harlem niggas, you know. So it was just fly, you know, to see them, and then to see Guy and, you know, to witness, you know, all that.
Said Guy, y'all don't know nothing about
you know,
that. Y'all don't know about
watching, you know, all them acts coming up. and it was dope. It was
So,
dope.
all right. So, what was it about that experience? Because if that's your first experience as far as being introduced to music, what was it about that made you believe like I could do this shit?
Writing, I was at the time. I was, because I was from Brooklyn, they was from Harlem. They always kind of like, they kind of dug me, but it was my style was different from theirs. They had like the Harlem party style. I
Right,
had the
right,
Brooklyn rugged style.
right,
So
right, right.
they kind of, they was digging that, and that,
So you was like a young poet.
yeah, like a
Okay.
young poet.
So writing kind of made you, but even at 13, now,
But yeah,
you got to
because
remember
yeah,
at 13, you still young. You still
yeah,
You're
yeah,
preteen, in
yeah.
that teenage
for
stage.
whatever-
talking to the mic.
For whatever reason, dudes, the older dudes admired what I was writing.
They took a liking to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean that, and when I made I from that I ran into, they plugged me, and I was dealing with Flash, Grandmaster Flash. He got me some commercial gig. I forgot it was I forgot what it might have been, Sprite, or it might have been something else, but it was some little light,
Right, right,
couple
right.
of
You
bucks,
started to get your
but
feet wet.
yeah, doing
Right.
little like jingles,
Right.
shit like that, and then went into actually, but trying to become an artist. And
So let's just. I don't want to go too far back. I don't want to go too far forward. But at that period, all right. So you doing Sprite jingles,
That's a high school era.
right?
Junior high school era.
Absolutely. You in junior high school, and you still young. Your early experiences of the industry. What was your thought process like? You know what? Should I start to learn the business, or was you just more invested in the music?
more invested in the music, just
So more behind the scenes or up front?
up front.
Okay.
Just really more as far as just wanting to just do it.
Right.
Just wanting to
Just be a part of
be a
it.
part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because at that time, like I tell people, not to knock the kids that's listening to the stuff they listen to today, because this their era, right? So they like to turn up, they like to drill, they like to trap. But in our era, right, we had the golden era.
Yeah.
So it was the fashion change
Yeah.
and the, you know what I'm saying? Even the females changed
itself.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hip hop itself was different.
Yeah, it was just different.
Yeah.
Like, the music guided you. It taught you things. Like, I tell people, I wasn't, even when I was failing in school, I could listen to a Nas album or a big album and get something from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you
Learn
came
something.
around that era. Now, when did the Wu thing come into play? Where did the whole Wu thing come into play? Because you big. See, I know you from that, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody know trigonometry, I remember you from Buddha Monk. I remember you from ODB, of course. When did that become like?
That became a thing when I started. I started just staying in Brooklyn more. Well, yeah, that's right.
What was your introduction? I'm saying, who did you meet first in the Wu that said, "Yo, you rolling with us"?
My first introduction was Mook. It was Mook.
Okay,
Mook lived in Coney Island.
okay, got you.
Mook? That was my partner now, but he originally, that's Chizza, RZA, and Dirty's cousin.
Absolutely.
Three of them. Are
Okay,
cousins.
that's
So
right.
He lives in Coney Island originally, and I lived in Coney Island. So what happened was he was hearing about me, making noise in Coney Island, So niggas was like, "Yo, this nigga Trig, he get busy. You need to check him."
Right.
So he hollered,
Shout out to Mook.
he hollered at a few of the OGs, and they hollered at me, and we linked up. And
How old was
He-
you when this was happening? Not to cut you off.
Man, at the time, I must have.
20?
Now we gonna make you go back. Come on, Trick. Talking to the mic. We gonna make you go back. Don't be shy today.
Early 20s, mid 20s,
It was. I was like, I was like, I might have been like 18.
18, 19?
Yeah,
Okay, you still was
teenage
young.
years,
Yep.
young.
And the Wu was
Young
popping
teenage
at that
years.
time.
So then
yeah.
it picked up quick from you being 13,
So-
being around the Rex and Effect era, going into that. Okay.
So he what happened was crazy. They had a show, the Clan out in Staten Island, and he had invited me, and That's how. I mean, we had met, but he hadn't really seen me get busy. Or
Right,
just
right,
heard.
right. Absolutely. It's just word of mouth type of shit. Because back then, it wasn't like the internet today. There was no internet for us. If you was an artist, you had to be popping in your hood.
In your
Right.
hood.
The
Like
people
hood had to
talked
know
about you.
who you was.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, so when I went out to Staten Island and rocked it. I went out there with my entourage. You know, we went out there, did our thing. And
Right.
respectfully, that was the beginning of running around. Dirty, me and Dirty got cool because Dirty hung out in Coney Island a lot.
Absolutely.
12 o'clock,
Absolutely. Right.
down
12
the
o'clock.
grid.
That's
So-
right.
So getting with Dirty, me and Dirty just clicked.
Now, hold on. You're an 18-year-old kid. Wu is, when they reigned, they had a run.
Oh, man,
So
yeah.
this is young, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't see.
That's what I'm saying. At that
So
time,
much.
Yeah,
you seen
chicks
like what
passing
was
out.
the
You see all
right?
that.
Absolutely, they were rock stars. They were rock stars.
Yeah, they was really like, cause you know when you see hip hop, even in the hood, you see rappers and even when you know them, you know, but you never see people falling out for rappers. Like,
right.
Like
Talking to the mic.
like Michael Jackson.
Right.
And I've witnessed
People falling out for
People
the Wu.
just
Like I seen it too. I seen them
White
on tour. Yeah. Like when I knew it was real was because being from Red Hook, we had an artist that was affiliated with the Grave Diggers from Wu named Shabazz the Disciple.
Right, yeah, I remember
So that's
Shabazz. Yeah, I know
family to me.
Shabazz. Yeah, I know Shabazz.
Like to see that when he put out Crime Saga and all of that, to see how people was looking at that Wu W tattoos and all that, I was like, this shit is like a cult following.
Yeah.
So you was 18 in it.
Just-
So I know that had to be real, like a culture shock,
Yeah,
especially
it
from
was.
the hip hop standpoint.
Yeah, it was real. Like they really, you know. I mean, I was out in Cali, you know, and
The finest of the
it-
finest
and it was,
weed.
and it was like, even being out there with them, you know, it was Wu Tang, it was Bad Boy, it was Death Row, but Wu Tang had, you know, the utmost from both coasts.
Right.
On both
Yeah.
sides, man.
You
'Cause,
never
you know,
really
it was
heard.
like, it was like a neutral love,
Right,
you know?
right.
And that was the love and respect we always, you know, got, and it was always love, and that's dope. That, you know.
So out of meeting all the clan members, like of course Dirty took to you because, like I said, I used to see Dirty. You know, he was always in Brooklyn. I met Dirty early. Funkmaster Flex did a video shoot right in the Berg. You know what I'm saying? Where I grew up, it was God Bless the Dead. Biz Markie was there. Charlie Brown from Leaders of the New School. Dirty. This is one of Flex's first solo records. Big Cap, God bless his soul, he was there. This is how I first met them. Everybody, I was like maybe 14, 15 myself. So I know Dirty was always running around Brooklyn. But when you met the rest of the clan, what was that like? Now you meeting the Rays, the RZAs, the Meth, because they got a whole Staten Island following outside of Brooklyn. Remember, people don't realize, for the people that do now, you've seen the documentaries, Wu was split up between Brooklyn and Staten Island.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see Raekwon or you see Ghost, they're from Staten Island. Capadonna.
But Crit was quiet as kept. Even if you look and you see the series, they Ray Ray and Meth and them is on one side of.
And then
they in Park Hill.
That's right. And then the other one's from
got the
Stapleton,
side.
right?
Stapleton. Those are
Right.
two different sides.
And they was beefing.
That's like
Yeah.
Bed-Stuy and Brownsville. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like-
right. No, I know.
No, really, you know.
No,
what
I
mean? A lot
know.
of people don't know. They
Yeah.
think just because they was from Staten Island, they was all cool. You see, even in the series,
Yeah.
they was territorial in Staten Island. So
So you coming from Brooklyn into that setting, what was it like to be around the whole clan?
it was dope. It was dope because you got to fuck with each, like even like I said, it was different. It was different chambers because like when you fuck with. Like if I fucking with Dirty, you know, you don't, you know, certain dudes you might not see.
Right.
But then, you know, you go out to Staten Island and you get next to, say, Meth, and you know you see other members. You know, you start to see other.
Right.
guys. So it was cool.
Because I know so
It
many
was-
things broken off from the Wu, right? You
Yeah.
got Shaheem, you got Killer Army, you got Grave Diggers, you got like you said, Wu Syndicate, you
Sons
got
of Man.
Sons of Men. You know what I'm saying? People don't even realize because what was his name?
Killer Priest.
Hellraiser. He from Red Hook too.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So they had so many Killer Priests used to come to my crib. Yo, I had a studio in my crib in the projects.
Right.
Priest and the kid from Royal Fam, the main one.
Which one? Is it Timbo King?
Timbo King. They came and recorded in my
Timbo
crib
got
one
the
day.
Show. He got a show.
Yeah. They came and recorded
Shout
in my
out to
crib.
Timbo King.
Shout out to Timbo
and
King.
Killer Priest.
Yep. They came with
those are
Shabazz
my
one day.
guys.
And I had like a home studio, and I end up like when I saw what Baz was doing, I was still outside. So, man, take this shit, and I just gave them everything because I saw they was doing like a group album within themselves, but it was all affiliated with Wu. You know what I'm saying? But at that period, as you like some of the albums that you were displayed on, who album did you make where you started to say, "Yo, I could really, I'm here now. I'm in the Wu. I'm around Wu. I'm affiliated."
Well, it started with the Syndicate. That's
Wu
what it
Syndicate,
started.
right?
Yeah, it started with the Syndicate. And well, you know, actually, you know, I mean, we know, so to protect your neck whole brand that started between me and Mook. And,
Okay.
And what we was doing, because you know the Wu already was, you know, they had their little gumbo.
Yeah, right.
All mixed up, Sons of Man,
right.
Royal Fam,
Right.
Killer Army, Killer. You know what I mean? So Mook was, you know, Mook was like, yo, we need a team, you know. We had a team, but we just wanted to brand it, and that's where the whole Protect Your Neck came into play, and that included the Deadly Venoms, MMO, Money Making Operation,
Absolutely.
KGB,
Right.
you know what I mean, and we Wu Syndicate. Now Wu Syndicate was always there, and MMO and Wu Syndicate, we started doing a lot of, you know, collabos and, you know, running around with Black Knights out in Cali. We all bumped up in Cali. We was all out in Cali at the time, and that's where it started. I started with a single, the Buster Slug single off the Wu Syndicate album.
That was your first
That was my the first joint.
real release, real everything. Like
Real
as far,
release,
yeah, I remember that album.
We shot
I brought
the
the
video
album.
we shot the video in Gowanus.
And Gowanus, yeah, I remember.
Gowanus, yeah, it was crazy. And
I remember.
And then after that, I did the Shaheem album. No, not Shaheem. Shaheem was at the video shoot, but I did the shout out to Shaheem too. I did the Beneath the Surface, the Jizza. That's my guy. Yeah, that's my guy.
Yo.
Shout out to the Jizza. Yeah, he had a show yesterday. We was out in Central Park.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that. I saw it on the gram. People were showing love.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Wu, if you go back and do your history, especially from the 90s, early 90s, Wu got a rich history, bro. So, you know,
They got a.
when you look on some of the albums,
they got a legacy.
They got a legacy. When you look on some of those albums, people are gonna be able to be like,
And they got a non-stop legacy because you got Young
It's
Dirty
still
Bastard
going on.
popping right now.
Yeah,
Shout
that's
out
right.
to Young Dirty Bastard.
right? That's
you
a
know what I
fact.
mean?
That's a fact.
Doing his thing,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? And then you got the Clan. You got Meth. Look at Meth. You know what I mean? They about
Well,
to drop-
Meth reinvented itself. And if you look at the last Wu album, Redman is heavy on that album, but he's always been a Wu affiliate.
Yeah.
But
He
one
been
artist-
he been reinventing too.
Yeah. One artist I have to ask you about that went into the shadows that I was a big, heavy fan of, and this is personally for me, was King Just.
King from Staten Island.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, do you know he's not a Wu? No.
He wasn't with the Wu, but he rode that Staten Island wave.
Yeah. Oh, nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
No flows
a
on
part
the
of
rodeo.
Yeah,
He
was
had
definitely
a.
part
I
of
brought
the
his
legacy
album.
of Staten
I
Island.
met him and I brought his album. I went. He was at this time. If y'all know anything about when albums released, they would do album signings. Right.
Yeah.
So I went to I think Tower Records
Okay.
and I met him.
Okay.
So I always thought he was a part of the Wu.
Right.
But then I felt like
everybody did.
yeah. But then I felt like he took too like he had so much swagger like a Meth or so I guess they let him do his own thing. But after his first album, he just went into the shadows. He never resurfaced. Cause there's so many people that was affiliated with the Wu that you don't hear no more. Pop the Brown Hornet.
Yeah.
Black on Black Crime was an incredible record. You see, yeah. See, I could go there with my history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell boys my history different.
Oh yeah, you took it back. Man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could go there with my history. So
He's around too. I seen him.
Yeah, right?
At a show somewhere.
okay. So as far as you being around the affiliates and the Wu Syndicate, when was it time for Trig to step out into his own? You know what I'm saying? Was that still you being connected to the Wu when you decided to say, I'm gonna pursue my solo career?
Well,
Or was you taking it back home? Like, I'm gonna go back home and start it from there.
well, it was yeah, it was just start something fresh.
Right.
That's where Fatty Baby came from.
So you went from Trigger Nom, right?
Yeah,
Or Trig Nom,
yeah.
Thuggish. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh yeah,
And then you came out with Fatty Baby.
Fatty Baby Fresh.
What was the switch up?
Okay, well now
Talking to the mic.
the switch up. Now this is what it was. Like I had, I got some people around me, good people, and they just would call me Fatty Baby.
It's like a nickname.
Yeah, like a nickname.
Okay.
Thuggish is who you are as an individual. Like I'm a gangster for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to. That's where the whole switch really came into play. Like Trigger. Now, not for nothing, Trigger. My original name was Trigger. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, Trigger is hard. So, but now that's what I always really was into, and I still am. Don't get it wrong. Like my lyrics is hard, but from a whole broadened standpoint, I just thought it was too kind of stereotypical. When you say Trigger, automatically you think urban, you think guns, you think this is gonna be gangster.
Right, they put you in a box.
So, Fatty Baby, I thought, and it's crazy, not for nothing, I was just thinking Fatty Baby Fresh before all the babies even came out. It was no babies out, but fucking
There was no babies out.
but fucking this the only little the baby, the fucking from
Cash Money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first baby I
so
know.
it was just like a nickname where I thought I liked, I kind of like, all right, Fatty Baby, I like that Fatty Baby Fresh. Yeah, that's cool. I could fuck with that. That's a brand that I could stand behind,
Right.
and give you good music, because that's what it's about. It wasn't ever about. I mean, it was. Initially, we got caught up in you gotta be the hardest, you gotta come the hardest, and you gotta represent like you the hardest. But that's not what we doing, because that I know a lot of hard niggas. I know a lot of gangsters, and some of them not here. Rest in peace, Rumble, my boy. He just passed away. You know what I mean? I know a lot of gangsters locked up, you know what I mean? So that's not what we doing. We doing something else. We doing music. We doing good music.
So what's the type of vibe with this behind the name?
The type of vibe Fatty Baby is the vibe. Fatty Baby Fresh. It's a fresh vibe, a fresh vibe. Everything is fresh. Fresh flavors, fresh, which is the name of the single, by the way.
Okay.
Fresh lyrics. Fresh music, just a breath of fresh air, like good music. It's a good vibe. You know what I mean? What I got, because I come from so many different aspects of music that you can't. That's why I had to transform to something different, because I can't be boxed in as an artist, because my artwork is just
Absolutely, because look, you went from Rex in Effect.
It's broad. It's a
being
broad.
a part of the Wu-Tang,
my artwork
right,
is broad.
absolutely.
So the name itself has to be represented if you're gonna represent the art properly. That's what that is. That's what Fatty Baby is, right there.
What keeps you going as far as like all your trials and tribulations as far as dealing with the music business? Because it could taint you.
Yeah, it can discourage you, taint you, depress you. All that shit happens. What keeps me going? It's crazy. It's just other artists, other talent, the young talent. The Coney. I see the younger Chambers.
Yeah.
D Chambers keep me going. You know what I mean? Nims. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not for nothing. All the Coney Island talent that I see coming is really what motivate me, because I came up with those dudes. Like I watched a lot of them grow up.
Right.
Not to say I came up with. I watched a lot of them grow up. Some of them know me from then, but don't know what happened to my career or Trigger. Or they don't even know Fatty Baby. They know Trigger.
That's just what I'm saying. People know Trigger.
Yeah, they don't even know Fatty, and that's all good, because, like, I feel like Dr. Dre. If you got talent and if you good, You could take NWA and make Aftermath and Aftermath and the Death Row. Like you
Right.
could do, you
Yeah,
could,
absolutely.
You could
Spread your
good
wings.
Music
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good music.
Yeah, I
Good,
agree.
you can't. It don't matter with the name on it. That's you know what I mean. So that's what keeps me going. These young dudes and me. Once I get my motivation also is myself when I work. Because the outcome of the work is motivation. When the response.
But then you also got all of that teaching too. Like I said, you come from Rex and Effect.
Yeah.
You talking about Teddy Riley. This dude is different.
Yeah.
Then you talking about
I used to be in
everybody
the room with this guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
you was in a room with Teddy Riley watching him work. Then you looking at all the Wu. That's what I'm saying.
That's where I met Padron. Shout out to Padron, my producer. I met him. He was signed to Aftermath when I was in. Not for nothing. Padron. When I met Padron in Cali, I was in Cali with Shaq. Shout out to Shaquille.
Shout out to Shaq. That's
and
right.
Twism. I was in Cali with Shaq and Twism writing for Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
I was supposed to get signed to Twism. That's another story, but we won't even talk about it. But Drone was in Cali with Dre in the studio. He was signed to Aftermath as and what was the name of the group? I forgot the name of it. It was an R&B group.
Yeah?
Yeah, Drone was saying.
Wow.
and this is before. This is when he first started producing. He wasn't even really producing Padron at the time, but Padron, he was a drummer. He was a drummer from church. Like
right.
And he played.
I know he played live music. Yeah.
So getting to the going into production wasn't hard for him at all because he knows how to play instruments. But yeah, that's I met Pac. I met Pac in Cali before that was crazy. I mean, it was great to see. I met these people. Big
early,
open for Big.
Right, right, absolutely.
On a roll, open for Big.
So even though you didn't get to hit the pinnacle of what you wanted to do as far as music, if you look back at your mental Rolodex and say, I've been around all these iconic people. And some people will see them on stage and pass out. Pac, fall out. I did a lot in this business, even though I didn't get to reach the pinnacle, right? As far as being an artist myself. You know what I'm saying? That has to count for something because just that alone.
You still got to reach the pinnacle yourself.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying even from how you started. Some people don't start from the basement. I ain't never met nobody.
No, you're right. This is true.
You can't say I started with Teddy Riley. Oh, I was a part of the Wu. I met Pac and Dre through my man. You know what I'm saying? Some people's like, look, I've been rapping in my neighborhood for 20 years, nigga. Then I got a single. You know what I'm saying? I know people like that.
No, you're right.
I went to school with Bleak. I know people from my own history. Like I said, I'm from Red Hook. You had to know who Shabazz was.
Yeah, I know.
You had to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name off names. I remember Source Money from basketball tournaments.
Yeah.
That's when I first started seeing Source playing ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I know I could read off. I know how it feels to be like I was around that shit. To the person on the other end of the world. They never seen Pac close up.
Yeah, nah, it's an experience. Things. That's why, and that's what motivates me too. Not for nothing. Like when you say what motivates me, what keeps me going. It's my past experiences and my situation. Like
Lance, right? Reese, I know you very familiar with Lance from your hood. Yeah. Embrace y'all crazy.
I know his father personally.
Exactly. Yeah, Lance Stevens. This is it.
I know Lance. And
I know his pops.
His mother and his father. Like
right. I know Sebastian.
I know Lance when he was a kid.
Exactly.
Isaiah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stephon. I used to see Stephon. When we was running around with Mello, I used to bump into Stephon. He used to look at me like what I'm doing here.
Right.
I'm with Mello. I was with Shaq. Look.
Right. So even with the Shaq thing, how was that experience? What would you have preferred? Writer or artist?
What do you mean?
If you had to choose, like if you have to look back and say, you know what, if I had a choice to be a dope writer in the music business or artist, what would you take? Because writers get money, nigga.
Yeah, writers get money.
I know writers that get money.
No, I told you.
It's one in this building right now that I'm telling you, he wrote for a music giant, and I was there to watch that.
No, it's just a fact. And that's a whole fact. They get money.
Writers get money.
That's right. Shit. That's how I was in Cali, writing for Shaq. He was paying for all of that. The whole out there in the stand in the condo, had the car on call.
Everything.
I was out there for a year, 2 years. Damn.
We ain't gonna dig into it, but why didn't you sign with Twism? Like,
it wasn't that I didn't sign. They didn't sign me. It was a whole thing. They had lost it. What happened was it was all the NBA was mad at Shaq. They wanted him to stop doing music. And
yo, you know I heard the same thing with AI.
No,
that's why they never let him put his album out.
And I guess he didn't want to spend no more of his money or none of his money. And they didn't get picked up on the distribution no more the following year when I was supposed to get my deal and come out. They were independent, and then by then it was a whole, I think they even folded Twizzle. Where they at? You heard of them?
Shaq is on DJ K Slave's new record.
Shaq is doing it.
110 deep.
This nigga, he own a pizza shop or something.
Shaq owned a little bit of everything. Yeah, but just those experiences, even like I said.
That's my guy, though. That's my guy.
Listen, if you had to pick between
we cool.
writing and an artist, I would take writing too.
Yeah, writing. I would take writing. Writing's a little more.
Talking to the mic.
More, right? I think writing is a little more. It's a little more stable,
consistent.
Yeah,
right.
You know, when you writing, you got work.
Right.
Because you not 9 times out of 10. If you get in, and once you put in work, then you'll get more work, and once people hear about you, then
because when you're an artist, you basically chasing the record.
Yeah.
If you don't get the record, nobody cares about you.
No.
If you're writing the record, you're constantly people.
You get paid before you get paid before the you get paid regardless. You get
absolutely,
paid
yeah, absolutely. That shit could be a dud. It could be a total dud, right?
Whether they like it or not, you got paid.
Right.
Yeah.
So to this day, do you still write? Like, do you still indulge in writing?
Yeah, I still. I mean, I'm
Is
just
it
back.
a brand now, Fatty Baby Fresh, or you doing a music thing? You writing?
I'm doing a little bit. I'm back in the studio working on a whole new project. Writing, doing some. I'm actually working on a few like short film scripts. Got a few things. Got a documentary coming. So it's a few things in the making for the new year.
Hey,
the
Fatty Baby Fresh story, or just the trigonometry story?
Well, it's the it's actually it's the
transition.
It's the transition from the MMO to the Fatty Baby. Yeah, that's what it is.
One day we was in the shout out to Storm. This when Storm had his office in the city, and you and Nage had just shot the video. Y'all was in the suits and all that. Okay. And I remember the Nick shout out to Mano. Mano was like, "Yeah, Trick. Yeah, you done rebranded, son. That's how you do it." So, because every artist can't do that, right? Every artist can't do what some artists do. At some point in time, you gotta rebrand yourself. I look at even an artist like Jadakiss, right? I ain't never think Jada could grow his hair. I thought the nigga was really bald forever. This nigga got a hairline better than mine. This nigga lost like 70 pounds. He up there doing pull-ups and all like types of dips and shit. Like, you gotta know how to reinvent yourself at some point in time.
Got to, man.
Because look at a lot of the Wu artists. They're not gonna survive. I mean, they're gonna survive because they was under that Wu umbrella. But you got artists like Meth, Ghost, Ray. They know how to rebrand themselves.
Nah,
You know
Killer coming. Master Killer got something. He coming.
Master Killer coming?
Master Killer coming.
Talk to the mic. Talk to the mic. Oh,
Master
Killer.
Killer's definitely coming. Shout out to Master Killer. He definitely coming with something.
Master Killer got something coming out?
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. Cap coming with something too. Cap.
Well,
got
Cap
something.
stay working. He stay relevant. But he's just a rapper's rapper. He gonna rap on anything. Like Cap is like drag. If you follow Dragon on Instagram, he's another one. They just rap all day. Dragon will pull over somewhere. I'm at the Burger King, and he'll just start going crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like Cap is the same way. Those are rappers. But you know, dealing with the industry is something totally different. Like I tell people, if you ever been sprinkled within the music industry, you see the pitfalls. It'll discourage your artists.
Yeah.
Even if you get a budget. I know artists that got $200,000 budget you're never gonna hear about. When the Lost Boys was hot, I went to Jamaica. I went to school in Jamaica, Queens, right? I went to Jamaica High School. The Lost Boys was hot. It was 2 artists from my school that got signed. They was called Doe and Luch. They was on a Cut Master C, Clue, and they was it. Before you heard of a G on it, they was it. Got a big budget and all that. You never heard of them. Then it was 2 other artists because it's just some artists just don't flourish. It just don't cross over like that. You had 2 artists called J Drama and Juggernaut. And if you see Slow, you ever run into Slow, that be with Jim and them. Slow know exactly what I'm talking about because Slow was even pushing them. And these artists got big budgets. They had coupes in high school, bro. And you never heard them. You know what I'm saying? So the industry is freaky like that.
Very.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. When you get somebody with your type of history and there's a rich history all around the industry, you've seen every part of it. That's kind of hard for somebody to say, you know what, I'm going to rebrand myself and continue to keep pushing. Because that shit is that's a different type of breakthrough, bro. You be like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck it. I'm going back to what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, even look at the type of artists you was around. Teddy Riley, Wu-Tang, Shaq. I opened up for Big, nigga. Pac. Where I look at, when I see the biggest of the biggest artists, I feel like I should be right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so let me ask you this. Your first biggest introduction, even as far as Wu, what would you say was your first biggest breakout? Was it the Wu Syndicate album? Because you was also on a Buddha Monk album. It was one of them albums. It was a dirty album. I know I heard you, Buddha Monk. I don't know if it was Dirty first or second album.
I think the Wu Syndicate might have been the first
Big breakout, right?
Flex was playing that record.
That's what I remember.
So I think that was the biggest one, that Wu Syndicate joint. Yeah, because actually following that was supposed to be the MMO project, and that's another story. It be stories. That's what it be. See, what I've learned is it be all lined up, like how you see these.
Yeah, I seen it,
and it just be it be some bullshit. Trust me, somewhere in there. If somebody did some bullshit, somebody did it.
Yeah,
somebody made a left when they were supposed to take a right
on a contract, on a
they
budget.
Made a left. They know they were supposed to go right, but they made a left, and that's and it changed the game.
Budget costs could cut down,
and whatever happens, it changed the game, and in actuality, changed niggas' history and niggas' futures.
That's crazy. Just that one thing. That's that one. See, take notes out there because I want y'all to understand when you get these type of artists that's been sprinkling around the industry, you get the insight in depth on what's really going on in this game. Because I see new artists today, like even I watched Uzi Vert. I watched the interview with Uzi Vert, and he was like, "Yo, I got a lot of money, but I remember twice being like almost bankrupt because I was being robbed." And I'm thinking my accountant is doing what he's supposed to do, but I had to have my lawyer watch my accountant, and then a lawyer watch my lawyer. Like, it's crazy. This game is crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You got to really be mentally prepared for this shit, and then to constantly deliver hot music. Because what happens when the game shift? Like she said, oh, well, we come from the golden era when hip hop was hip hop. What happened when they made that that shift.
And went downhill. That's
Absolutely.
Where we at
All right,
now.
before you say it went downhill, what happened from the Wu? Because the Wu hit 92, 93, right? They had that whole 90s run. But then what happened when the Nellies came in, or the Fabs came in, or Dipset started to... Because remember, the Wu was kind of... They was going under.
They
not
still
going
was
under.
there. They just started transitioning into different things, separate individual albums,
That's true.
movies.
Right. Yeah.
Movies
yeah.
started taking over. People
Yeah.
was acting better than their music was taking off. So, and it's not even say better than their music was taking off, but like you said, that new era started coming in.
Right.
So my money's not gonna move as much as it was because they looking at these little people. now.
Absolutely.
So let me get this bread over here and get this bigger check.
Right. Because,
And keep
you know...
it- I'm still relevant. I just, when I'm ready to put out something, I put out something. But behind the scenes, I'm still writing and making shit happen.
Absolutely. Because, even overseas, Wu is still the biggest artist.
They got mad shit. Regardless if they got music.
They
got
mad
clothing
dudes.
lines. They got nail salons.
No,
they
talk
got
about-
Yeah.
polish,
Yeah.
nail
Right,
polish,
right.
makeup shit. They got mad stuff. It may not be over here in the United States.
Yeah.
But try overseas. Do your research.
Right.
Shit is popping.
Yeah.
That's why when they go places, people react the way they do. They still falling the fuck out.
Yeah.
Method Man was just doing what? The BET stuff?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just made what, like 52 or 53, something like that in his years of age? Bitches was still ready to drop out on the floor.
Nah, that's a fact. Well, Meth was in the gym. This nigga look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Method Man. Like, he's wilding right now. Him and Jim Jones, I watched they grams just for the workout.
like that.
Yeah, Meth shit is different. Meth shit is on a totally different level.
And that's my motivation. Because if I could look at these guys, and these are guys I always looked up to, and they still doing it and still running.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What you giving up for?
Yeah, I got to get YouGuard's book, too.
What you giving up for?
Now, here's the ugly part, because I watched the documentary on Prime Video, right? And this is always the part within the industry that shakes up everybody. Devon was saying a lot of things as far as the clan when it came to money. Did those budgets being ripped up and shredded and tore apart, or this person not feeling like they're getting what they worth, or this person feel like they didn't have a big enough budget, did that play a part in the Wu getting hit at a period with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the personal problems they was having within the clan? Because like you said, it could be one person and this shit go left and that's just your legacy. I've been there.
Yeah. I don't, on that, I don't know too much about their business. I mean, I can't even respond.
I can't even respond. I can't even give you a straight answer, right?
I don't know.
Well, within your experience, was the money, did you feel like out of the Wu situation, were you able to take enough? As far as writing and being an artist, did you receive the checks that you felt satisfied for? Come on, we ain't doing this. The streets want to know. That's what they want to know. Was niggas getting jerked when they was on the Wu? And they were on the Wu-Tang? This is the biggest one. I was gonna wait for to hit you with this question. I was gonna wait. Was niggas getting robbed when they was in the Wu?
Honestly, I don't know, because no, not for nothing. No,
You still try to keep. I cool. You being politically correct. I'm cool. I'm cool.
I'm just being honest. I don't. I never was signed to the Wu, so I don't know.
You was just an affiliate, but I'm saying you did work with them. You on the Wu Syndicate album. That shit was in stores, bro. I brought it. I brought it, nigga.
Shout out to the syndicate.
Shout out to the syndicate. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I brought that album.
Napoleon, what up?
So I'm saying to you, for you being on that album, were you compensated in a way where you felt like, oh, all right, Wu taking care of niggas?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Back then, he was good.
I mean, like, yeah.
He stuck around, so he was getting something good. He went from the direction effects side to the Wu, so he whatever money was flowing or whatever aspects or whatever he was getting from it, he was good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But even if you look back right now, was it really Being that you know, and I'm not saying that's cliche to say, but I'm saying being that you know what you know now, you look back and go, I really was supposed to get this. I really was supposed. That little 40 was cool, but I was supposed to be 140. Yo, listen. Man. We live on Streets Want to Know. Penelope is in the building with a P. Penelope's not feeling nobody today. It's all right. She's a woman. She can have her moment. She can have her moment.
Exactly.
Penelope's not feeling anybody, so that's fine.
Cash Apper.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody's cash app.
Look, and the funny thing is, she ready to turn up, and she got on a shirt that says "humble."
That's why I'm keeping quiet.
Playing possum.
Yeah. There you go. That's how they call it in the hood, right? I bite you, nigga, if I got to. No, I'm just asking because, like I said, I've been sprinkling around the industry for many years. I've worked with many artists, signed, unsigned. I wrote for rappers. I'm not, I'm not throwing nobody in the bus. I've pinned a few, kid, use that.
Yeah.
And as you know, when nobody's coaching you in this game, and as you start to really progress and understand what's going on in the business, when you dig in, you realize, wait a minute, that 25 should have been 50.
It's too late.
No, it's definitely too late.
Yeah.
But I'll be asking you, P, okay, you was a part of SWV. We're going to use Penelope. Now, you've been singing, writing for them, all that, and you know at the time, like you said, at the time it worked.
You don't even have to do that. You could just go to Salt and Pepper and Spinderella.
There you go. Absolutely. That's a better example.
So what happened now?
So do you feel like as time went on, Spinderella started to realize?
She did realize something was wrong. That's why they acting the way they acting now. And they had their little powwow and all that's going on.
Absolutely.
And she wasn't a part of the movie, or she had a little nitpick and she wasn't happy about it.
So she really started to realize she wasn't being compensated for
she
what she
was, but she just figured she should have had a bigger piece of the pie, because without her DJing, there would really be no
So
Salt
in
and
your
Pepper.
opinion, let me ask your opinion. Your opinion, is she right?
No.
You don't think she right?
No.
Why not?
I think she should have been equal from jump. But I don't think her saying, "Oh, without me, y'all wouldn't be nothing."
All right, I agree with that. Yeah,
because I could find
too
somebody
far.
to spin my fucking
Yeah,
records.
absolutely.
You can't
Absolutely.
spit how I spit.
At the time of the moment, if she would have walked away, they
would have
got
got
somebody
DJ.
else.
They
Yeah.
got somebody else after her.
Yeah, they did.
But that's my whole point.
But they'd have got
Like I
somebody
said,
that day.
from jump.
I'm just saying.
She
Well,
should
they
have
was
been
fucking
getting
with
equal share of the
his
pie.
name.
You shouldn't have waited till later
So,
on.
but let me ask you a question. Being that she was the new DJ, I don't know the whole backstory. I did see the movie. I did see what was going on. But her being a new DJ, should they have set her up like, look, you need to be compensated for this?
They shouldn't have done anything. You should be paying attention to what you're signing and what your money look like.
That's how the NWA movie was. I agree.
You in control of that.
Cube was telling niggas. Cube was telling Dre and them, I'm not
You're
signing.
in control of that, because you have to hire somebody else to pay attention to that while you're doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So you're in control of that. So if you're not watching your shit,
you gonna get fucked.
you can't say, oh shit, 5 years later, wow, I was supposed to be getting that. Like you said, that 40 was nice, but I was supposed to be getting an extra 20 on it.
Absolutely.
So now what you gonna do? Go back to the people that you had on there that's gonna tell you, oh, nah, because they was getting they cut under my. Like, it's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a dirty game. Like when I tell people, when you really look at the music business, like for some people, bro, you was better off hustling. Because you know if a nigga ripped you off, what you gonna do? In the music business, you gotta stand exactly. In the music business, bro, you gotta go by the paperwork.
Perfect
You gotta go by the
example.
paperwork.
Migos. What happened when they first came out? Even probably now to this day, they want straight cash. Anything they do, they want straight cash. Anything.
Yeah, they want that paper.
So they're guaranteed.
But
Ain't
you
no
know,
check them bounce.
yeah,
Ain't
right.
no this. Ain't no that. I want straight fucking cash.
Right.
So I could put this through my little money machine and make sure this is the right amount.
Right.
We could split this to 3 ways. Everybody get their own fucking
Wasn't
cut
they claiming too that they was being ripped off by Coach K and P?
at one point, but we're not gonna go into that.
Okay.
Even Kevin Hart. How was Kevin doing his shit?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You are in control of that.
Absolutely. No, you're right. You got to run your own business. You
Look
gotta
at
run your own
Britney
shop.
Spears. She fucked up now, but she's finally getting out of that.
I see that.
How many years later?
Yeah. Damn,
They
it's
done
been like a
already
20
controlled your fucking money and your life.
She got like a 20-year run of just being fucked up. Yeah.
So what you gonna do now? Or you ain't singing and dancing no more. That shit is over.
Yeah, that shit made her quit. You heard?
Now you
Trey,
gotta look
that
at
shit
the
made her
brands.
quit.
Like back to the Wu-Tang shit. You're branding out in different shit. Nail polish, clothes, shoes, t-shirts. They still selling fucking shirts. One of my best friends got a fucking Wu-Tang tattoo on her arm. She got a W.
You lying.
I'm dead serious.
What?
Dead serious.
Yeah, nah. Yo, bro, I saw that shit live. Baz did a show one day. Trig, of course we saying Trig, but just to y'all's fatty baby fresh. Yeah. Listen, I seen Baz do a show and I seen a chick pull her sleeve up and that shit says "Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers" and she had the original yellow W. I said, wow. I never seen no shit like that, bro.
That shit was dope.
That shit was crazy. Not only was it dope, you got these boys' name on your body forever. You ain't covering this.
She had the Wu-Tang.
No, she had the original W, the original W, and it says "Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers." Remember, that's the first album. I said, "What?" But then again, somebody told me you got to realize these people grew up in the era. You even got white people that grew up along the Red Man era, the Biggie era, the Bad Boy era, the Wu-Tang era, the Mobb Deep. I seen a white girl that had Prodigy tatted on her leg. His face, bro. And I ain't even get to question her and be like, just tell me why. I wish I could have, you know, she was with her people, but you got to remember, I asked her age and she said, well, I'm 30 anything or I'm 20. They grew up in the Mobb Deep era. So that shit is a part of their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize how powerful music is. Yeah. But like P said, it's the business part that makes it so sour. Because I hear everybody now being like, yo, just get your fucking business straight. I watched an interview with Chameleon and he said, yo, what saved me from music, I made a lot of money doing rap, but I couldn't keep it because of how the industry set up. But I made hundreds of millions of dollars doing tech stuff. That made me say, fuck the rap. I don't want to do that no more. I'm going to do this.
That's like Pretty Ricky.
Oh, well,
That's the group.
Yeah.
They all branched out.
Right.
Daycare centers, laundromats.
Right, absolutely.
Like, them niggas getting money.
Yeah. Nah,
they did, right? No more. They still got money. They still own their business.
Especially the one that got the company. What is
Spectacular.
He got? Yeah. He's really the brains. He's the one that branched down and said, look, nigga, we gotta put our money over here. Even look at Rick Ross. I watch that nigga Instagram faithfully every morning. Yo, you wanna get money with Ross? Brand marketing. We doing branding. This nigga got rich hair care. He got thigh stop, wing stop.
It's all about the branding.
Right.
Because regardless of when your shit stop, eventually, you know, if it may or if you lose interest or it ain't picking up like it should, you still have these things to go on.
So I'm gonna ask you first, P. Is music a gateway into just business? If you smart enough to save your money and branch out.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Okay. You?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It could be.
In what way? Let's say if it's a new artist, because we don't got too much time left. P, let's say if it's a new artist and you saying to the new artist, they coming to you and saying, Penelope, I just got a deal. I got $500,000. I got a hot record. Let's take Mooski. She's a runner. She's a track star, right? You know what I mean? And he's saying to you, I might only be a one-hit wonder because we've seen a lot of one-hit wonders. They happen. I wouldn't care if I was a one-hit wonder. You know that? If I could get one off,
everybody
I'll
still
be
gonna
good.
know your shit, regardless.
Right. Exactly.
They
don't know exactly.
Shit.
Like what's remember that record that was hot 2-3 years ago? I ride around with my Nina. I smoking on that Keisha. I ride around on that. I'm cashing out. That nigga had to take a bag. We ain't gonna hear about him ever again.
But you're still gonna hear that song.
But you're gonna still hear that song.
Somebody party.
So what would you so what would you tell him? Like, look, take your money and start here. Would it be real estate? Would it be
take your money, start a wing stop?
I'll tell the artist, take some of your bread, put it into some stock.
Right.
And whatever it is that you wanted to do before this, that you was like you really had this my shit, put it into that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket,
but spread it out.
Put it into
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So now you still got this money over here. If that don't take off the way it should, you still over here doing what the fuck you got to do with this. That's it. That's like Mulatto. That's her name, Mulatto.
Yeah.
Where did she come from?
She wasn't. What was she?
Where did she come from? Where did you hear of her before she became who she is?
Well, I first heard her as far as musically.
When she came out.
Yeah.
So you didn't watch JD's show with the kids?
No,
rap game and all that.
That's where she come from.
That's where she came from. She had the long curly hair, the skinny Spanish looking girl with the braces. Her father was there with her. Mulatto.
What's the record?
JD. No, she was in a reality show. You saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's where she got started from, and she made it to like the top 2, but she didn't get picked. You understand what I'm saying? Then you didn't hear from her. She was fire on the show at 16.
She was.
Homegirl Super Peach was
16.
Was
yeah, I know. Right. Super Peach too.
You understand what I'm saying? Then out of nowhere, she
Shout
came
out
out
to Super
with her
Peach
first
and Russ
single.
Prez.
Mulatto shit. She came with her first shit.
Yeah, I heard it from
and everybody
the music.
like, oh shit. I already knew where she came from. I was just waiting for her to come back. Like, oh shit, shorty back on the scene. Good. Like it's a way of doing
absolutely.
it.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's a way of doing it.
But she was consistent too, though.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. So, yo, listen, man. Streets want to know, as we do all the time, every time. Fatty Baby Fresh, give them your IG social media plugs real quick.
Fatty Baby Fresh, IG, Fatty Baby Fresh, YouTube, Fatty Baby Fresh.
Is that a fresh with an F or a P?
That's with an F. FATTY. BABYFRESH. I'm on Apple, Spotify.
What's the name of that new single?
The new single's not out. We about to drop it. It's called Fresh Flavors.
Fresh Flavors.
Yeah. And I also got another single. I'm also putting out We in the House featuring D Chambers. That's coming soon. Actually, that's coming first.
Right? Okay.
That's coming first. The Fresh Flavors is actually the name of the EP, but that's the name of the single.
Right.
The single's titled EP, Fresh Flavors. But yeah, you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna see more. Right now, you can catch them. I got a joint on Spotify now.
And you going on tour, right?
Yeah, I got a joint out right now with Rodden.
Yeah.
Troy Ave, right?
Troy Ave, that's right.
Right, yeah. Shout out to Troy Ave. And we about to. Yeah, I'm flying out on the 28th. I got a little something out on the West Coast,
Vegas.
Fucking with Wu Syndicate, shout out. And the Loonies, yeah. I got 5.
I love the Loonies.
Yeah.
I love the Loonies.
That's like a
shout out Yuck Mouth and all of them.
Wonders,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying
Yup,
that
that's
one song
could carry you
is
this
still
far.
going
Yup,
on
absolutely.
right now.
Yeah, so that's
No,
what
you're
it
right.
is, man. Yeah, we working.
All right, well, listen, man. We're going to stay in tune with you and we're going to see what the progress is.
Yeah, definitely.
Penelope with a P, give him your handle.
Yeah, I already know. Penelope popping 531. It is what it is.
And of course, you already know who I am, Dustradamus, man. As always, Streets want to know. Make sure y'all tune in, man. We only bring y'all the greatness of the greats, man. Peace.
Peace.